Moving on from atomic warfare on the planet Lucifer, the ETs have told multiple contactees that wars with A-bombs and H-bombs have occurred elsewhere in our galaxy. They showed John one previous example in a regression-progression session. Here is his description of what he saw. As I relax and enter the session, there is a jolt in consciousness. I seem to be two people at the same time. I am dimly aware of still being John, but the other me is an ET aboard one of a fleet of saucer-like ships. We are stationary in space above a planet in star system far from Earth. The planet looks to be about the size of Earth's moon. My ship is about 100 feet across and is flanked by two ships on each side. I'm behind the command console in a single domed room. In front of me appears to be a 30-foot wide, 5-foot high window, but actually, it is an electronic view screen. The ship's pilot is seated at a console near the view screen, and one technician is on each side of him. I'm some kind of envoy or ambassador on the ship. The ETs I see are not the familiar greys but are humanoid, resembling Asian people on Earth with black hair and darker skin. They are all thin but not skinny and about 4.5 to 5 feet tall. They look like early teenage children. The small planet ahead had been a member of the Coalition, a group of planets, and it had recently tried to withdraw from the Coalition violently. They killed hundreds of people, hurt thousands more, and destroyed buildings and property. Finally, the Coalition became weary of the years of chaos and unheeded warnings. Now, we are on what I understand to be a police action. Not to destroy the planet but to sterilize it, so that it can be recolonized. After instructions from the pilot, one of the technicians reaches out and activates a glass-like console in front of him. He turns to make eye contact with the other technician, who reaches out the same way. Simultaneously, they both touch the center of the screen. At first, there is no indication that anything is happening, no flashing lights, no sound, no missiles, no death rays. But then, directly ahead of the ship high in the planet's atmosphere, a small bright yellow flattened disk of fire begins to form. As I watch, the fiery disk slowly expands laterally through the atmosphere, turning yellow-red and growing larger with every passing second. Before long, the fireball expands around the curve of the planet, engulfing it. I can tell that the fireball is in the atmosphere and never reaches the ground. Even so, the heat on the planet's surface is so intense that it incinerates everything. Every person, every animal, plant, insect, and bacteria are roasted in the immense heat. No living creature could survive that inferno. The others in the ship seem completely unaffected by the massive scene of destruction below them. To them, the planet had it coming. The inhabitants had been warned but wouldn't listen. Unlike the crew, I'm overwhelmed with a flood of conflicting emotions. On the one hand, I am awed by the immense spectacular show of power. On the other hand, to be able to fry an entire planet like that is terrifying. I feel great sadness for the people and animals that were just destroyed and am almost sick to my stomach. Suddenly, John got kicked out of the session and sat up. He felt a little dizzy, and his breathing was rapid and shallow, so he sat for a moment with his hands on his head. The therapist gently brought him into the present moment, reminding him that he had relived a memory that is no longer real. Later, John wondered about the Prime Directive. How could these people have annihilated the people on that planet? Then he remembered something an ET told him. The directive only applies outside of your group. Unfortunately, beings can be as violent as they want within their own group of planets. John also thought about the story of the small planet, Lucifer, destroyed long ago. He wondered whether it was the same world that he had just witnessed being destroyed. Intuitively, he decided it was not. This event happened outside our solar system.